Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Land Girlz from Karry Heun. I have seen this one bouncing around for a while. And let's see, when was it? Oh, from 2014. It was at least listed on Tangle Patterns. And seems like not too long ago it was part of a challenge. It wasn't Inktober. It might have been. It was something else. But I remember seeing a lot of people working on this one. So I thought I best just give it a whirl. Uh, all right. I'm going to do my four corners and a border because I seem to be in that mode. And it nicely demonstrates how you could use this as a fill-in tangle. All right, so this starts off with only, well, it doesn't have to be two boxes. I'm going to put one on this. I'm not going to go too far in. Let's see, there we go. And it doesn't matter how you place them, honestly. Okay, so just two. And Karry puts a nice hint on her step out, which you'll see that link in the description section. And that is work your way down instead of placing all of the squares first. This helps with alignment. Okay, so two squares, or whatever your space is, just nicely spaced out squares in a line. Although I'm going to dare say, you might be able to get fancy. Gosh, probably could even. Well, no, I don't know if it would have. Oh, no, it might have the same effect if you used a different shape. Ha! I just thought of that now. So, all right. And actually, I'm going to work my way down. I'll fill the top in afterwards. So this is an exercise in the aura, and that's what we're going to do. So, two squares, and then we're going to draw a line hollow bowing underneath the squares, kind of in the center, as close as you can get. All right, then we're going to hollow bow. And so, excuse me, we're going to aura. We hollow bowed here. We're going to aura. And as you can see, if you're new to Zentangle, that is one, auraing is one of the key, it's an essential element to Zentangle. We use it a lot. Hollow bow also. Now, as you work your way down, as you see this, this is getting smaller here. And then you get to decide, well, at what point do I want to put a new box in there? I think I'm going to go one more. Yeah. All right. And then, again, keeping in mind, we're still kind of auraing. Right, like that. Put in a new box. This one's going to be a partial. And this one, two. And then draw that line through again. And I'm working to keep a similar distance between these lines. Then it's a rinse and repeat. Then you just keep continuing. Keep and continuing is, yeah, that's kind of redundant. It's like when I hear 7 a.m. in the morning. Well, a.m. kind of denotes in the morning. So keep continuing. It's like saying continuing. All right, maybe one more. And so what's fun about this is you don't necessarily know how many, times you're going to aura that section before you get to the size that you need to then fit in a new box or a rectangle. That's what mine are starting to look like. And then just remember, we're putting that line through. So as you draw your box, as I was trying to keep in mind, I'm making it, one size here, but I want to be able to put this line somewhat halfway through. And actually, I think if you're if your boxes turn out like rectangles like mine do, I would, I think I would prioritize, make this line be around the same distance as the other auras, and don't worry about if it hits halfway or not, because we're just going to continue this pattern of auraing until we run out of room. And this one, I'm kind of going halfway in between doing it in, let's see, oh, I think it's time. Doing it in one stroke or, lifting up my pen. And that's, of course, completely up to you and how you like to do things. Okay, and then just remember that line through and then continue. The only thing that I'm noticing as I'm doing this, and that's why then I start picking up my pen at each corner, is that sometimes the corners then, if I'm doing like this, unless I'm deliberately kind of pausing and making the corner, they can kind of get a little rounded. All right, let's see. Oh, let's do here. That will take us to the end. Yeah. And then I'll just do that top bit. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm just going to continue it because I already did. What I should have done was stopped here as if I'm going down, but I didn't. I just made a straight line. Don't tell anybody. Maybe you caught it. If you did, you get the Eagle Eye Award. Or Eagle Eye Award. It's really just bragging rights. All right, and one more. I find it to be a fun game to do this. That's also why I like the my squiggly border, because I like to work essentially underneath the border, so stopping, when it's, so it looks uh, like I punched this out of some pattern somewhere. I think I saw. Oh, now I'm gonna have to look through my picture files, and I don't think I ever posted it, but I remember seeing a background on. Oh my goodness, a TV sitcom. I don't remember what it was, but I like. I think I did I record it or something. Um, you know, um, DVR'd it and did something so that way I could pause it and take a picture of this wallpaper. It seemed like it was like this. I have I don't have the link on the description section, but I have an additional page that I call Tangles Everywhere. I think if you go to like facebook.com/group/Tangles Everywhere, you'll find it. If you go to my page, which you'll the I don't have a. I need to put a link, and I'm going to do that before. I'm going to put a link to my page, not just the group, because we have a private Tangle Addicts group. But I'm going to make sure that I have a link to my actual page, and that's where I post classes and things. And I know that I have it somehow linked or associated or whatever to that group. But we post tangles we find in the wild. So something like that, where you see it's printed, or it's a plant, and you're like, oh my gosh, like at my mom's house, oh my gosh, there's poke root, it's growing, because poke root is an actual plant. So and it's just fun. It's just fun. All right, now for shading, I love these kind of optical illusiony type of things, and so this is really neat as it is. But and then you can decide which. So we have like two corners here. I'm just going to take, having this way, I'm going to take the bottom one, and I'm just going to put some graphite on those. And I'm just doing the one direction for now, so I don't make anybody, including myself, dizzy by turning my tile too many times. And I'll also use the graphite there. And then we can see the magic unfold, the magic of the shading. And I'm just going to do like a back and forth. I'm not, I just want to make a gradient. But you see how just putting the line of graphite there does something? And then when we spread it out and make a gradient, it goes even more. I like this. This is like a slow reveal. And this could be one way you want to shade it. And just leave it at that. That's another reason I kind of like to do some of these things in steps. So that looks super cool. But let's do the other so that way you can see. And, oh, you know what? No, I'm just going to turn it this way. Yeah. And so as I'm doing this, I'm noticing if you are consistent. So like I said, I'm looking at like the corners, and I'm taking the bottom. And as long as you're consistent, or I shouldn't say as long as, being consistent with that creates a neat effect. And actually, I'm going to turn it this way to do the tortillon. Actually, you could just play with that, because there might be even let's say other effects that I'm not thinking. I'm trying to picture. Okay, what would happen if? Because now it looks, like this looks raised. Okay, like coming. Let's see, like these look like they're lower than this because I used that corner. Now, if I had done this corner, it would end up being something completely or a little bit different. It might just flip it the other way. So neat. I love this kind of stuff. And what I love in particular is that it's like, oh, look it, we can do this. We can make optical illusions. And it's so cool. Neat. Now, you could probably have some extra fun. Oh, and I see, on Karry's sample, she did this. And I kind of like the idea of having some contrast. And let me move to a thicker pen just as a decorating thing. I'm going to like aura and fill in. You could just fill in, but I kind of like the idea of the aura and filling in. And while I do this, I already mentioned the description section. What else do I have in there? I do have a link to my website on there. And there, too, you can see the classes that I offer. I do a lot of them free. Thursdays, at least Thursdays in my time zone, because we do have some folks from Australia that come on what I call the PM session, which is 7 p.m. my time on Thursday, and it's Friday afternoon their time. It's so funny. In Singapore also. In Singapore, it's Friday morning. So it depends on your time zone. And I do offer on there are ways to follow me if you're not on Facebook. And that way you can see the classes that I posted. I am not quite good enough to remember to put them on my own blog and advertise. That would only be smart, but I'm going to get there. But if you happen to be on Eventbrite, you can sign up for an account on there. That's free. And then you can follow me, so that way you'll get a notice when I post a new class. Also, if you happen to be on meetup.com, that's another. I mean, both of those are free. Meetup is free to use. Meetup, if you want to have an account, that does have a fee to it. Oh, look at how neat that looks. All right. So anyway, so you can follow me in those ways if you wish. If it's like if you like me here enough, it's even more fun on the classes. And you can see some of those classes. When I put out the replay of them, and they are listed here on YouTube. So if you click on my face or my name down below, that will take you to the channel. And I'm just tidying up these boxes. That'll take you to the channel homepage, for lack of a better term. And there you can see I have a bunch of playlists. One of the playlists would be class recaps. So I might divide that one up actually for Tough Tangle Tuesday and just Tangle Time because they're different. But right now they're just under class recaps, and so you can see them there. Yeah, so I offer a lot of free classes. I teach twice a week, and I do 2 classes each day that I teach. So, and like I said, a lot of them are free. I do have a couple that are paid because I need to be able to, keep myself in pens and the little bit of overhead that I have. Yeah, so that information is there. I think that's it. If you like this video, and I hope you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Any and all of those activities I appreciate greatly because it helps with the algorithm thing. So would love to have you help me out in that manner. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.